It's very important for Ted to be nice and comfortable before we begin, and hopefully by the end of this, we will all be just as relaxed as Ted. Thank you so much for joining me, and I am so ready for us to get nice and relaxed in this time, and hopefully the goal is to drift off into a wonderful, deep sleep. I was going to attempt to say restorative, but in my head it sounded like restorative. But anyway, we will rest and repair. That will be our goal. Now, hopefully you are in something nice and comfortable as well. For me, this is a lovely, comfy top and bottoms. And for the eagle-eyed of you, you may have spotted a rather lovely necklace that I'm wearing as well. This has become one of my favourite everyday pieces, although of course it could be worn on a more special occasion. But this is the Collins necklace from Ana Luisa, and I have got so many compliments on this since I've been wearing this, and it is honestly one of my favourite jewellery pieces, and I have hundreds, probably potentially 1,000+ necklaces. It's a little bit of an obsession. So this really is saying something here. Now, Ana Luisa, if you aren't aware of them, do beautiful, affordable, quality jewellery. And if you are based in the US, they also ship fast and free to you. If you are based elsewhere in the world, they do also ship, so just check that out for more fast and affordable shipping. But the jewellery itself is hypoallergenic, it is water resistant, and they do some solid gold pieces as well, and it truly is just fantastic quality. They are also a sustainable brand, and they have a wonderful range of pieces starting around just $39. So very affordable, and they're having their biggest sale of the year. Some incredible savings, and if you check out my link below, you can see for yourself. Now, obviously this is one of my favourite pieces. I do have this gorgeous chain here as well, which I'm really looking forward to wearing. It's got these fine little gold beads. And I've also been wearing today, actually, alongside my Collins necklace. I've been wearing this gorgeous little pearl. I don't know if you can see that very easily. But it's this gorgeous little sort of pearl drop. Very delicate. As I said, the pieces are so gorgeous and affordable. This is lovely not only for yourself, because it's important to treat yourself, but it's also going to be a lovely gift. They come in beautiful presentation boxes. I believe I just saw on their site as well, you can purchase a little gift bag as well. So perfect for the season. So why don't you check out their sale? Maybe have a little stock up. Treat for you, treat for someone else. Perfect for birthdays, Christmas, the holiday season, and I think you'll really like what you see. Now, let's take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Now, when we find ourselves looking to fall asleep, we typically can become almost slightly anxious at the thought of having to switch off. Because if you're a bit like me, you may find yourself ruminating about the day or any sort of troubles that are going on in your life. But this is a time to rest. So right now I'm not going to be doing anything fancy. I'm not going to be using any secret powers of hypnosis. I'm just going to be gently talking with you. And all I ask from you is that you begin to allow yourself the time to switch off, the time to relax, and unwind. It is so important to take this moment just for you. For me recently, I've been experiencing some stress at work. We've been extremely busy, which is very positive, but particularly at this time of year, it can be a little bit of a strain. I recently took a vacation, so yes, I can confirm the tan is real. Don't worry, I wore sunscreen. I know a lot of you care, but it allowed me to press the reset button. But it left me thinking, what's the best way to try and hit the reset button if you can't take a vacation? And it left me with one very simple, very free answer. Sleep. A good night sleep. When we do have a good night's sleep, we typically will wake up in a better mood. And if we've had a particularly difficult previous day, whether that be mentally or physically, we tend to wake up feeling just a little bit lighter. I like to think of sleep not only as hitting the reset button, but as a way to just lighten the load a little bit. I feel like in this very busy world that's filled with constant information that's thrown at us, all sorts of worldly issues and our own personal issues, it can be very easy to become almost muddled in our thoughts and carry around this large weight on our shoulders. So sleep is like a lovely way to just offload everything from those shoulders, pop them down next to you as it were, and just allow your body to rest. And for some, it's easier said than done. I know for me that I have a very overactive mind, and while sometimes that can be a blessing, when it comes to sleeping and relaxing, it can be a little trickier. So what we're going to do together is we're just going to refocus our mind by just listening to my voice and tuning out anything else. I listened to a really wonderful tip. I'm a big fan of the Insight Timer app, and I hope to try and upload some pieces to that as well. Not to take away from this, but it's an app that I use personally and I truly love. And I was listening to someone on there, and they used a wonderful way of how to bring yourself back to the present moment. And it was to stare into a room and try and measure with your eyes the spaces between objects. Now this may sound a little bit strange, but potentially if you're lying in bed right now with your eyes open, perhaps you have a small light to the side of you so you can still see around you. I want you to take a moment and just notice some things in your room. It could be the distance between a wardrobe and a chest of drawers. It could be the difference between a window and the wall, or the window and your blinds or curtains. Very small things, perhaps you've got a picture or a mirror hanging in your room. What what's the difference between the wall and the picture? And do this with a few different things, and you'll find yourself being able to purely focus on just that. Because your mind is such a wonderful, magical tool. And when we use it in the right way, we can completely shift our focus and change our mindset. Once you've done that a few times, you'll begin to just feel more in the present moment. So much of our stress can develop from remaining either in worries of the past or worries of the future. And the one thing we know for certain is that you can't change your past, you can't predict the future, but you can control your present. And the one thing we can do to remain present is to bring ourselves back to this moment and our surroundings. Another very useful tool used by many different psychologists, all sorts of people, is to pick out sounds, what you can see, what you can smell, what you can hear, and what you can taste. There's lots of different ways to do this, and I don't like to be too restrictive over it, but to bring yourself back to the present moment and allow your mind the time to switch off. Just be aware of your surroundings right now. Perhaps you can hear the distant noise of some traffic outside. Perhaps, like me right now, you can hear the slight whir of your radiators and heating. Perhaps you can see just slightly out your window, just maybe a light from a lamppost in the distance or a neighbour. Perhaps you can hear distant chatter outside or in another room. Bring yourself back to the present. It's a place where you don't need to worry about tomorrow. You don't need to focus on any stress from your day. Because right now it's just all about you. It's all about being here and being present. There are many different techniques we can use, not only to stay in the present moment, but to control our breathing. I'm sure if you've joined me before, you know that I'm a fan of breathing, funnily enough, like most humans. But I do like a breathing technique. For me personally, I'm a fan of box breathing. It's where you breathe in for 4, breathe out for 4, breathe in for 4, breathe out for 4. And you picture in your mind almost like you're drawing a little box. There are many different breathing techniques, but the one thing we know is that when we're connected with our breath, again, it brings us to the present moment. And you may be thinking, Lucy, I am so stressed and yet so tired. There is no way that I can bring myself to the present moment, do these breathing techniques. I just want to sleep. Well, the magic thing is that you can try and do just that. You can try and lie there, and more than likely you will drift off. But it's also likely that you may wake up throughout the night or in the morning and still feel like you're holding on to something. The wonderful thing about just trying for 10 seconds with a breathing technique, perhaps just 5 seconds in and 5 seconds out, is that you allow yourself the time to relax. You give your mind the permission to control your breathing and bring yourself to the present moment. And in doing just that 10 seconds, you gradually begin to reduce your stress levels. And when you feel tired, you're sending more signals to your brain that you'd like to sleep. Another lovely technique that I don't find requires too much effort, as it's a place I am very fond of going to, is picturing your favourite place. Again, something I've talked about many times, but when we go to sleep, it's often helpful to picture something nice, something we like. Now, this could be as simple as picturing a loved one, a partner, a pet, just someone we care about. Perhaps an event that you've been to, a birthday, something joyous. For me, it's always going to be a holiday. No matter how many loved ones are in my life, it will always be a lovely holiday that I'm picturing, because I do love to be warm. So for you, it may be that you love to be cold and you're picturing yourself skiing down the slopes, perhaps rewarding yourself with a nice hot chocolate. Or perhaps you are, much like me, lazing on a nice golden sandy beach with a slight warm breeze in the air, dotted palm trees around you, and, well, for me, a nice mojito in my hand, but for you, whatever your preference is. Whatever makes you feel happy and makes you feel good, that's what I want you to picture right now. A little simple trick is actually to smile when you're picturing this, because it sends a signal to the brain that you're okay, you're relaxed, and you're happy. I really try and train my brain and my mouth to do this, particularly when I'm stressed or I'm feeling frustrated, because it gives us that moment to think, well, I can get through this and everything's okay. And I want you to know that, because sometimes we don't have people around us to tell us these things, but I want you to know that everything will be okay. You will be okay. Whether you are just tired or overtired, very sleepy, or whether you are stressed, anxious, sad, depressed, lonely, whatever emotion, good or bad, you're currently feeling, you are okay. Take things day by day, because life has a funny way of working out sometimes. Even if the journey seems a long one, I promise you it will be okay. Sometimes when we're laying in bed, so when we find ourselves running through things in our mind, it could be something as simple as we forgot to buy something from our shopping list, or it could be a work stress or a personal stress, a health issue. Whatever it is, typically those thoughts will come out when we get into bed, because it's the only time of our day where we actually physically stop. If you think about how much your body physically moves in the day, whether it's going for a lunchtime walk or whether you are just getting up and down from a desk, whatever you're doing for work, for school, college, your body is naturally moving. And therefore, when you rest and you're not physically having to think about anything, that's when your mind comes alive. So it's our job right now to tell you that everything is going to be okay. And when I'm saying ow, I'm obviously talking about Ted and I. So, with your eyes closed, take a gentle breath. And when you're ready, take another gentle breath out. This is your time. Your time to rest. Your time to recover. A time where you don't need to worry. A time where you simply need to allow yourself to restore and repair. This is not a time where you need to worry about anything else. This is a time just for you. Because tomorrow will be there. But whatever you're going through right now, good or bad, you've got this. And feeling your best starts with a good night's sleep. Allow your head to sink into the pillow. Feel the weight of your head and your hair just brush lightly against it. Get into your favourite position. Feel the weight of your body sinking deeper into your mattress, starting from your toes, up your foot, ankle, lower leg, knees, thighs, all the way up to your hips, buttocks, your stomach, lower back, middle back, all the way up to your chest, your heart. Allow your heart to relax. If you're experiencing any pain in your heart, any sadness right now, allow your heart this time to rest. And if your heart is happy right now, allow your heart this time to feel that joy, feel that warmth, coming up through the chest, heart, upper back, through your neck, shoulders, down your arms, elbows, wrists, hands, fingertips, around your head, ears, your face, mouth, nose, eyes, your cheeks, eyebrows, forehead, chin, your scalp, every single part of you is now sunk deeply into where you're laying. There is nothing else that you need to do apart from rest. remember that everything is okay. You are in the present moment and nothing needs to be done. This is your time to relax, not worry about anything at all. Focus on you. Focus on the thing that makes you smile. Focus on something that brings a warmth to not only your heart, but your body and your mind. Remember that everything is going to be okay. This wonderful dreamland is where you get to just be you. You get to rest. Shake off all those responsibilities and just be. Doesn't that sound lovely? Just your time to relax. Your time to unwind. This is your moment to just focus just on you. Just on this moment. And recognize that there's nothing more to be done. No more tasks to do. No pressure. It's just you, your pillow, your bed, your blanket, sheet or duvet, all of the above. And perhaps like me, maybe you got yourself a tent. You're wearing a nice, comfortable clothing, or perhaps none. But however you're comfortable, that's just how you are and how you'll remain. Tonight is all about sleep. It's all about rest and just allowing yourself to be. Because that is the most wonderful thing that you can do. Allow yourself to switch off from outside noises. Because let's face it, we don't live in a silent world. This is your moment to unwind, breathe, allow yourself to just be you. Unwind. Relax that mind. Free yourself of the daily stresses, struggles, and just allow yourself this moment to just shake off any feelings of doubt, worry, anxiousness, and give yourself this gift of sleep. Now continue your deep breathing, breathing in and breathing out, connecting with your body, connecting with this time, this moment, and allowing yourself to just be in this moment, be present, be focused. And if you find your mind drifting, or you find yourself ruminating on certain thoughts, just reconnect back to your breath and allow the thoughts to almost flow from one ear and out the other, just passing through. Nothing needs to stick. Just allowing things to pass through naturally. there's no stress or struggle, no strain or pain. The only thing you've got to do is allow yourself this time to relax, allowing yourself this moment to unwind. Allow your brain just very gently drift off. And with that, I will leave you to continue to drift off, rest and relax. If you are still with me now and your mind is still just slightly active, perhaps when you wake up nice and refreshed in the morning, you can potentially, if you would like to, check out Anna Louisa and their beautiful jewellery. Use my link in the description below and see those incredible savings for yourself. And now together, it's time to really commit to that sleep. And Ted and I will bid you a good night. And as Ted pops his sleepy blindfold on, we will bid you a wonderful night's sleep and hope that you wake up feeling refreshed and revived, ready to take on your day with a smile.